people say, why is Australia so important? It is the closest thing you get to going to another planet.
But it also makes our continent quite delicate. When we had the 2019 fires, they were really extensive.
Emergency warning is being issued.
We lost property and some people died.
To care for country means not to stand back, not to let things happen that shouldn't happen. We need to protect what we have ready for our next generation, for our next people to connect with.